I wanted to make this video showing some importance of this motor before you put it back all together, put it back in your car. Well, I've talked to quite a few people about this motor. And first of all, I had this taken out, magneto, or whatever that is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is magneto, with the kill switch right here. Well, there's two bolts. They're a T27 Torx bit that you have to have, which comes with your kit, your tool kit. Well, when I had that off, I forgot all about setting the gap between that and the flywheel. So I took it all apart again, and my buddy Randy said that to set the gap, just get a credit card and put it over the magnet and turn it until it's nice and flush in there on both these points right here. Well, that's what I did. I broke this credit card, but it's pretty tight. See, when you take that out, kind of hard to do it with my left hand, but there it is. There's the gap. Hopefully that will be fine. See if I can go up here to magnifying glass here. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. Well, the first one right there, you can really tell. That's a pretty good gap, I would think. So, with that said, and I also, when I had that credit card in there, when I took out the bolts, I put a little bit of Loctite, not a whole bunch, but just a little bit at the end. One little line, probably, I'd say 2 millimeter line on each bolt at the tip of it, just to make sure that it doesn't vibrate loose. Because I also seen that on a video, that coming loose and throwing that all off. Okay, so when I put the credit card back in there, see, it goes right in. It's a little tough, but it goes in. Alright, so now the next thing I wanted to do is check out the carburetor settings. Remember, this came from California, and that's across the world from where I live. That's exactly the opposite. So on my computer here, I have the recommended needle settings. Low speed, 1/4 turns out. High speed, 1.5 turns out. Okay, so I got that up right now on the computer. And I'll just take a look at the carburetor. And I don't know if you can tell in the video. Oh, I guess you can. Through the magnifying glass, you're going to see an H right here. Oh, let me, kind of hard to hear. An H right here. Look, yeah, right about there. And an L right here, upside down L. Low speed and high speed, which I thought that was pretty cool. So let's see. We're going to start with the low settings. I'll go ahead and get this magnifying glass out of the way. Alright. The low speed, we're going to count the turns in, and I want to see where the settings are at from California. Man, I wish I had a... I'm going to pause this 1 second. Well, we're looking through the magnifying glass again. Now, we're going to go ahead and count these in. This is the low speed needle. We're going to count them in. Okay, so we have... Whoa. Wow, that's not even 3/4 all the way in. What in the world? Okay, so the low speed, since it's all the way in, we want to go 1 1/4 turns out. Wow, I cannot believe that. It was only 3/4 out. So we're going to start, make sure that's pretty snug. You don't want to go too tight. Okay, so we're going to start right here, and we're going to start counting. There's 1 1/4 turn. Alright, that's going to be a little difficult, a 1/4 turn at this position. So we're gonna get it right about there. Okay, there's 1 1/4 turns out for the low speed needle. He only had a 3/4 of a turn out. Very weird. So now we're going to go ahead and check the high needle settings here. We're going to count this in. And here we go. We have... What? Not even, again, 3/4 of a turn. Wonder why they're doing this. This has to be 1 1/2 turns out. So we're going to start right here. Okay. Let's start right there, which is pretty good, nice and flat. So we're going to go, there's 1. And then we got to go a 1/2 turn. So we're going to go right there. There you go. Now it's back to stock settings, or recommended settings for the carburetor. 3/4 turns. I don't understand that. So yeah, I don't know about the idle or anything yet, because we haven't started it up. I just want to get the settings done on the carburetor. But that's all I wanted to show you. Like I said, I'm looking through a magnifying glass to see everything. But that's where it stands. And I got some things in the mail again. I didn't want to do an unboxing, but I got the outerwears. I got the black cover for my K&N air filter. And I also got some cheap tools from Central Tractor, because when I get that piston stop that I had to order, I'm going to go ahead and use the T27 bit on this with my Craftsman breaker bar, a little 1/4 inch breaker bar. I'm going to use that to take those clutch shoes off. But first I got to get the piston stop. But yep, it's getting there. Like I said, the weather where I live is kind of blah. So I'm in no big hurry. I just like to take my time, try to do things correctly, and well, that's what she looks like. But the credit card trick, I heard that from a couple people to set that gap. There's an old credit card we updated, so I just ripped this one in half. But I think that's it. Oh, another thing I wanted to show. I'm trying to get that set grub screw. Trying to figure out what size that is, like an Allen wrench or whatever. I've been trying to figure that out. So far, no luck whatsoever on it. I don't know if this was it. No. Yeah, I just don't have a small enough Allen wrench for that. But I did tighten up a lot of bolts that were loose on this. Like down in through here. All that there and both sides were loose. You know, a couple of bolts over here were loose. So like I said, it's a good learning experience. Just take my time, figure things out, enjoy it. Yeah, I'm still going to mention that one guy that commented on my video. He said that this equals busted one of these. I just thought it was hilarious. I mean, he might be right, he might be wrong. I have no idea, but I got that center diff right there. It's full of this. Waiting to go into this. Like I said, I could probably put most of this back together, but I'm just going to wait. And then I wanted to show, I cleaned that up inside. As you could tell, my buddy Randy again said that, you know, just take like steel wool or a little bit of light sandpaper and just clean that up a little bit. And that's what I did. And it looks really good now. And there's some scratches, but that's alright. I didn't feel like buying another one of those. I have a lot of money tied up in this project that probably was not necessary to get it actually running. But it will help out in the future. So I don't have to worry about, you know, this piston here actually was probably junk and, you know, I don't know. I just figured I might as well get it bigger. But that's the end of this video. Sorry, it's a long one, but I want to show you the update where I'm at and what I've been thinking about and listening to a lot of people give me advice. You know, I try to take all the advice, throw it in the hat, pick out the best. You know, there might be a lot of people saying the same exact thing, like this credit card deal for the Gap. There's a couple people said it, so I figured, well, it must work. So, alrighty, guys. I know it was a long one. And I will talk to you later.